Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video, we're going to talk about the week ahead as well as some charts of interest. So first of all, going to kick it off with the news. We have lots of data this week, all really situated around the US dollar. We do obviously have some central bank data as well. Bank of Canada looking to hold rates at 4.5%, but I think the market is going to keep an eye on the US dollar this week. We've got some conflicting data. We've got CPI that is forecast to come in lower. However, we have PPI coming in potentially higher. So conflicting data from CPI and PPI. We also have the FOMC meeting minutes where investors will be looking to see if the Federal Reserve have discussed any kind of ending of the tightening cycle or a slowdown in those rates. Obviously, there was talks of this previously due to the banking crisis. Banks in America are really calling for the Fed to sort of help out by not hiking rates further. So there could be a sort of discussion from the Federal Reserve members that might be featured in the meeting minutes. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out there as well. We also have core retail sales as well at the end of the week. They are showing a little bit of a decrease as well. So conflicting data across the board this week in the US. So it's going to be a very, very interesting week. We're either going to have sort of a range bound week or, the market's really going to make its mind up this week. Now, going on to the strength meter, the Australian dollar has fallen back to -5. So there could be potential there for the Aussie to continue to weaken. The New Zealand dollar has fallen from +3s to 0. Potential weakness in Kiwi as well. The Canadian dollar strengthened from -4 to -2. So maybe the reversal is occurring there for the Canadian dollar, largely helped by the increase in oil prices. Going on to Euro US dollar then, so I'm still looking to see if price could potentially head up to the 1.1 handle. Big level on Euro US dollar, and we can see that when traders reached this level in the past, they sold it off down to the 1.05 area. Is that going to potentially happen again? Now, obviously, we don't know what's going to happen, but if buyers drive prices into the 1.1 handle, and then maybe we get some kind of positivity around the US dollar, that could cause selling pressure in and around this area. If price trades above this point, then obviously I think price is going to continue to ignore 1.1 and we would move higher from that point. But the key area is this 1.1. How will price react to it? Going on to pound US dollar then. So this is quite an interesting chart. I've been discussing the 1.2450 weekly highs and the 1.1850 lows for some time now, and we've been discussing the fact that price has been in this kind of range ever since the sort of end of last year, start of this year. So really speaking, now that the weekly chart has shown us that price has closed back below the 1.2450, will that open the door to some traders looking to sell within the range and potentially push prices back down to the 1.1850? Again, we're going to have to wait and see to see how the US dollar is taken this week. Obviously, if the dollar continues to weaken, price could still head towards the 1.2650 handle, which were these major highs that formed back in May 2022. Moving on to Aussie US dollar then, so again, another really interesting chart. I don't know whether the market's kind of setting up for some fake out situations here, but we'll have to be very cautious with any kind of opportunities that arise, because Aussie US dollar fell from the 0.7100 area. We drove quite aggressively to the downside, found support at 0.6575. Ever since then, we've pretty much slowly made our way back towards the 0.67. And you can see now we've rejected that 4 weeks in a row. Price has failed to close back above the 0.67 level. So from a sort of perspective of technical analysis, that would suggest that maybe price is going to continue to the downside here. And if traders are going to look for that, they could look for prices to come back and retest the lows at 0.6575. If price trades through that, you've got the 0.65 area. However, if the dollar weakens and Aussie US dollar closes back above the 0.67 range, I think sellers that have been getting involved here to try and push prices lower would bail, and that could see Aussie US dollar climb back towards 0.71. Finally then, Kiwi US dollar. So we talked about the potential weakness in the Kiwi. We can see that price came up into the 0.6375. It rejected. Price was in this kind of consolidation pattern at the time as well. We've closed that outside of that. Again, does that mean there's a potential for price to move lower here? Who knows? But if it does, 0.61 is the key level on the low side. On the high side, we've got the 0.6375 acting as resistance. So 2 levels there to keep your eye on going into this week. I hope you had a great trading week last week. I hope this one is successful for you as well. Thanks for watching the video updates. If you liked it, please leave it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to see some more Forex trading content, and I'll speak to you in the next video.